In the middle of the coach, we're going to talk about our main control panel. So if you come over here and look, this is basically the entire brains of the coach. When you get to your campground, the first thing that you're going to want to do is put the slat outs out. In order to do that, you either need to be plugged into shore power or have the generator running. So right here where it says generator, you'll just hold down start until that red light illuminates solidly, and then obviously you let go. We don't start moving the slide outs right away. The primary reason for that, it takes about 30 seconds for the generator to start producing enough electricity to power the rest of the coach. We know that it's doing that when our microwave turns on, and we'll hear a beep, and we should hear that in just a second. So we just heard the beep, and then we can go ahead and put the slide outs out. So all you do is you always do one slide out at a time. You hold the button down until the wall stops moving, and then you hold the button down for another couple seconds. You always want to make sure that you hold that button down for another couple seconds, so that way the wall can sync up with itself, so that way we know that it's out completely straight. All right, so we know that that one's out. We'll start with the second one. And again, just hold it down. We always go all the way out or all the way in. We never go halfway in, halfway out. All the way out, all the way in. And remember to hold that button down for another couple seconds after. Okay, so we got that one out. So the other buttons on here, we got our water pump. We can have that one on when we're driving. Keeps the water lines pressured. It's going to pull from our 50-gallon fresh water tank. Keep everything nice and pressurized so that you can use the bathroom. You can basically wash dishes. You can do whatever you want. If you're hooked up to city water, which I'll show you how to do in another video, if you're hooked up to city water, you can go ahead and turn that off. But otherwise, you can leave that on at all times. Water heater, you've got natural gas and you've got 110. I always tell people, if you've got shore power, go ahead and flip that 110 on. That's going to keep your hot water hot all the time. It is only a 6-gallon hot water tank, so you will use it fairly quickly if you're going to be taking showers, but know that that's always going to be there. The natural gas, if you're going to be boondocking, meaning you don't have any electrical hookups, you're just going to be off the generator, then this is going to be more on demand. You'll flip that on. You'll flip that on when you're ready to have hot water. It takes about 10-15 minutes to heat that up, and then you're good to go. And that heats it up pretty quickly too. The only thing I ask is you don't use them both at the same time. You only want to use one at a time. Up above here are informational buttons. We've got our natural gas button, LPG. So it's about 2/3 filled right now. That's about 9 gallons of propane, which is more than enough for a 5-day, even a week-long trip, especially in the summer, because the only thing that that's going to be using propane is your oven and your refrigerator if you don't have hookups. You got your battery level, you got your fresh water, which I normally try to keep as empty as possible. If you need me to fill it up, just let me know. You got your black tank and you got your gray tank. See how this says 2/3 filled when you hit that? That's because those sensors inside the tank tend to get dirty. So if you dump the tanks and it's still showing 2/3 filled, that's normal, just because those sensors do get dirty. As long as you've told me that you've dumped the tanks and I look down in there and there's nothing there, you're good to go. Underneath the main control panel, you've got your thermostat. It's going to operate your furnace and your air conditioner. If you want to use the air conditioning, just slide it to cool. Wait a second and it'll kick the air conditioning on. There is only one air conditioning unit in this coach, which is right in the front of the coach, up above the dinette. So the back bedroom can get kind of hot. There's a box fan underneath the queen bed in the master bedroom. That helps move some of the air around and keeps this more the temperature more even throughout the coach. All right, and then right underneath that, you got your light switch as well. You'll notice I just turned off the AC. Now I'm going to turn it right. I tried to turn it right back on. You can't do that. It won't let you do that. There's a fail-safe system in the AC units. Nothing's broken. There's capacitors in there that build up an electrical charge. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to dissipate. If you try to turn it off, then turn it right back on. You can go ahead and leave it on. Once that dissipates naturally, it'll automatically kick back on. So you didn't break anything. That's normal. So that's how you use your main control panel. Right inside the main door, there's a few other buttons that we need to go over. First one is the main power. This light on your trip needs to be on at all times. If it's off, that's what it'll look like. That's going to disable your refrigerator, disable your heater, anything else like that. So make sure that that light stays on. Step light right here for the entry step. There's a light awning out, awning in. So just hold down the button up for the awning to go out, hold it down to go in. And then this last one right here is a light bar that's on the outside of the door that's illuminates underneath the awning. So those are those 4 switches in conjunction with the main control panel. That's how you basically power the entire coach.